tell me a little bit about your role in this film?
Yes, my name is Lloyd Kaufman, Troma Entertainment. My role in this film is not really a role. It's more like a bagel or maybe a bialy. I play the chairman of the nuclear power plant, and the protagonist works there. I fire him, and that starts the unending series of bad luck incidents that befall our hero, who eventually turns into a large mosquito.
So what has your experience been like with the filming here in Michigan?
Well, I mean, I'm here in Michigan to learn. I've made movies for 40 years for Troma, primarily in New York City, and Michigan really has called out to me. So my friends were making this movie. Stephen is a good buddy, and he and I had, Stephen, the producer, and I, we were in prison together. I was his bitch. He spent all his cigarette money on me. And in fact, he used to give me, in fact, around the prison, they used to call it the Eichelberry, if you know what I mean. You didn't want to get one of those Eichelberries. So at any rate, I'm here to help Stephen and with the wonderful production, and I hope that the Troma fans will, as they always do, if I'm in a movie in a small part, as long as I don't have a big part, if I have a small part, the Troma fans will support me and support the film. So I'm very excited, and I wanted to really see what's going on in Michigan, and I really see that it's booming, and LA is not exactly exploding with production. New York is doing very well. New York has an extremely good film commissioner, and the state is doing very, very, very well. So, but no thanks to Troma, of course. We are an embarrassment.
Do you think you would be here without the state's 42% tax incentive?
Would I be here without the state's 42% tax incentive? Michigan's the greatest incentive. Well, I'm here in large part because of my friendship, and also I'm a huge ham. And I probably would be here, I'm one of those people that will go to the opening of a sardine can, as Sylvia Miles, the great Andy Warhol temptress used to say. So I'm a movie nut also. And actually, since I spent about 30 of my 40 years of cinema using sprocket holes, and I do a lot of my own camera work. So I'm learning when I go to these sets and I inhale the aroma. It's an educational process, and I put it in my books. I've written a bunch of books, and it's all part of the learning experience. And it is very possible that the Toxic Avenger Part 5, the Toxic Twins, might very well be shot using non-celluloid, something without sprocket holes. We might use a red camera, and very possibly we might be attracted to Michigan. Why not? We wouldn't mind getting a 46% or 42% rebate. It's very nice.
So what do you think about all the abandoned buildings here in Michigan and Metro Detroit, and as far as using them for sets of the films?
One of the things that seems to be great about Detroit, and again, I'm both a writer, director, and producer, is, and I believe very, very much, the Troma aesthetics is very much steeped in location filming. Instead of going to film school, I worked on movies like Rocky and Saturday Night Fever, which were seminal location films. And I saw how good directors could use locations as characters. The locations become the characters, become important characters in the movies in the hands of good directors. So I wanted to see what would happen if a bad director used real locations. So I've been using real locations now for 35 years, and indeed, they do become characters. Poultrygeist Night of the Chicken Dead, the fast food establishment, really is one of the stars of the movie. And here in Pontiac, and of course in Detroit, because I was at the wonderful Detroit International Independent Film Festival, and I stayed right downtown, and I saw so many of the hollow buildings, and there's just a wealth, there's an unending wealth of landmarks, stores, many of which are all in great condition. I regret that we didn't shoot Poultrygeist in Detroit. There probably were all sorts of fast food establishments that were in perfect condition, which I could have filmed in. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Mr. Steve, my former cellmate, is right here, And he is the producer, and I'm going to now get to do some what I call acting, but Steve will probably call it something else.